This is our abstract steelhead pattern that we tied in the video to demonstrate trimming the wings with a razor and doing the little lightning bolt zigzag for the underwing. Just going to demonstrate how to do a really quick married wing for a steelhead pattern like this. So you're going to get some dyed goose shoulder here, something with some nice length. These particular feathers here are actually long enough to probably tie a 4/0. So we're going to want to save our nice, really long fibers here for any time we do a bigger fly, because getting goose shoulder long enough to tie 2/0, 3/0, 4/0 is sometimes quite difficult. And goose shoulder is actually the easiest material to use for building married wings. So I'm going to take the shorter stuff from here. So starting off here, we are going to be fishing this fly. You can count your fibers if you want to. It's good practice for when you start tying full dress married wing flies. You have to count the fibers for doing those, but for these little patterns with the goose shoulder, I almost never count the fibers. So I'm just going to take a clipping from this side, and then we're going to take this side over here. I just measure them. Needs a few more strands. So here we have our back side, and here we have our front side. Now we're going to take our orange here, and we're going to take some slightly smaller bit, so 6 or 4 fibers. The easiest way to count these, just run your bodkin down the stem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the same for the back side. You want to make sure you try and remarry them if they get separated. You want to remarry them while they're still on the stem. That way they stay oriented right. The next part of this, we're going to take our claret here. We're just going to split it down the middle. This is our back side. Then we're going to take the back side of our orange and stick it in the middle, making sure that you can see how the clippings came off the feather there. You're going to want to make sure you have a nice little bit of a knife edge, nice taper. And just as a reference, this is the back side. So as we're looking at our fly, that's the side that points away from us. And just as a reference, when you hold the feather and you look at it, okay, this is this side. This is the right-hand side. Then, unless you're tying left-handed, the right-hand side of the feather with the concave facing away from you, the right-hand side is always the back side. And when they come off the bird, they're like that, obviously, so you're going to have to shape it. So it looks like that. And we're going to do our front side. Now, because we didn't really measure these things, one's a little bit bigger than the other one here. See how the top here is a little bit bigger than the bottom one, so we're just going to stick our bodkin in here. So it's 2, I just want 1. There we go. Now, if this was turkey or Cory or something, I wouldn't just discard the fiber, I would have counted it, but there's that. Next thing we need to do here is take our peacock wing feathers here. One thing with marrying wings that you're going to figure out is using different feathers from different species of bird. The fibers are going to be different thicknesses. They're going to have different barblets. They're all going to marry very much differently. So with a wing feather like this with super thick fibers compared to a goose shoulder, they're not going to marry the best. And also you have to think about collapsibility. So when you have fibers that are different textures and different thicknesses and everything, they're not always going to collapse the best. So what we're going to do with this guy, we're going to go down to towards the base of the feather where the fibers are much thinner and finer. And we're going to take our slip from down here. So we're just going to take off 2. And once again, this is the right-hand side of the feather. And you'll see on these peacock wings that the right-hand side and the left-hand side are different patterns. So you're going to want to have a pair of these. So I'm going to take this off the right-hand side. Take our back side, and we're just going to split this right down the middle. So there's our backside married wing. Do our front side, same thing. We're going to take 2 from the left-hand pair. Once again, we'll split this right in the middle. Oh, I didn't count that right. Oh, that's okay. And there's our married wings.